record button. All right, so let me go through setting up a new campaign and explain the differences here to you guys. So this is going to be and so in the campaign settings, the question David had was, how do you use the vendor ideas? I think what David had asked for. Let me just pop over and make sure there's no chat going on. So David had asked about using the vendor ID for ClickBank Hop ID. So what you're going to do there, David, is you're going to go into ClickBank, and we actually use CB Engine to get all of our ClickBank stuff. If you're doing a lot of ClickBank stuff, I'd highly recommend picking this up, because what this quickly lets you do is see what is ranking the best in the search engine overall in ClickBank. So these are the products right now that are having the best return. And so let's take, for instance, this particular product here, this particular vendor here. If we go to that how to get to XBack, you'll see that this is the vendor ID. Text your X, and this is what we would put in our link as the vendor ID. And you see we've already ran a campaign on this. And then with respect, I'm going to do it all at one time. Tim, you asked about the redirect type. It defaults to the single meta refresh. And what a single meta refresh does is, I'm not sure if you've seen before in source code of a web page where it says meta refresh equals 0, and then it redirects you to a new page. That's essentially what the simple meta refresh does. So when this generates a brand new page, and let's just go ahead and quickly generate this page. And when I go over into the all campaigns for the Oz test, when I go in and I view this page, it's just going to flash up real quickly, and it clears the information one time when I go to that page. But I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to go into the source code of this page, but I'm actually going to go and take a look at the source code of qpn.me/OzTest, which is, I think, the campaign that I called it. Oh, no, I called it Aussie. So, and so here you see the simple meta refresh. Refresh, see it says meta, refresh, content 0, hop ID, and it takes me to my ClickBank ID, the vendor ID, and straight over into ClickBank. And actually, if you wanted to add a tracking ID, you could do that in here. So what a simple meta refresh does in the Link Cloaker is it essentially strips out the information from the simplest affiliate programs of seeing where you sent somebody over from. And the only reason you want to do that is, let's say you were running a affiliate campaign on something like, we do affiliate campaigns for hotels.com. You got a TV running in the background there? I'm going to mute everybody real quick. So we do affiliate campaigns for hotels.com on a wide variety of client websites. Our clients in that particular market segment are tourism agencies and hotels, etc., and lots of restaurants. So we don't want the hotels.com to see where we sent the traffic from. So in those particular cases, when we would be sending over traffic from one of the sites where we don't want the affiliate program to see where we are sending traffic from, then we would either use the double meta refresh, which essentially would put code in similar to this in place, but actually flush it a second time, or we would use the guaranteed wipe version of the redirect. Probably 85 to 90% of the time that we're using Link Cloaker, we're either using the simple meta refresh or we're using the PHP redirect. And what the PHP redirect does is it adds a little piece of code in the source code that says page equals and then redirects without this whole meta refresh. It loads the page a little bit faster, and when we're getting our campaigns approved through Facebook, then we highly recommend using either the simple meta refresh or the PHP redirect because that causes less delay for Facebook approving your ad. So let me open it up to Tim, see if you have any questions. We have a few extra people over here. So,
where this doesn't.
Sorry, Tim, you there?
It's basically just redirects. Is that right?
It's basically just redirecting it. So with respect to, your question was which redirect type you use. All of these redirect it, with the exception of the framed page URL. If we did a frame page URL for that particular one, and change that to the frame page URL, then when we save that, then you can actually put your own title in here. And once we save that and load that page, then what would happen is we would be going to a page that keeps our URL and hides the fact that this other page exists. So this is handy when you are sending people to this page and they're likely going to be sharing this page with their friends. Anytime that they send a friend there, they won't know what the original underlying page is, and so they would redirect people using your frame-based code right here, and everyone would be going like, oh, this is great, I love this thing, let me just go and send this to all my friends. And you would actually end up earning the affiliate commission for everyone that forwarded your link to their fans. Because the only way for people to get into this page is through your frame thing, unless they are smart enough to take a look at the source code and then say, oh, well, here's where the real page is. So if you actually look at the source code in a framed relay, you'll see that there's a frame height right here, 100%, 100%, and here's the actual location of a page.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, right. So if it's just a Facebook ad, then we're just using the PHP or the simple then, right?
Yeah, you can leave it as simple and just run that all day long with Facebook. There are a couple. The only times that we actually use the PHP redirect for Facebook is if the page we're going to is a very slow loading page. We don't want to add any extra delay with the meta refresh. So the PHP redirect will speed it up, just a few microseconds, but everything counts when it's a slow page on the other end.
Okay. It doesn't cause any problem with Facebook terms.
No, it won't cause any problems whatsoever. We run, I suspect we probably run about 90% of our campaigns with the simple meta refresh. And the remainder of our campaigns the remainder of our Facebook campaigns are run with the PHP redirect.
Okay,
so David asks, So David asks, is the vendor ID unique for each product, even from the same vendor? And the short answer to that is yes. Actually, when you go into, let me pull up somebody that actually I know has tons of products in ClickBank, and I'm going to pull up Brad Callen here. So here he has this affiliate. So you'll see actually, as I roll over in the lower corner here, down here, you'll see that this particular Brad Callen product is Brixton 22, and this one's Brixton 13, and this one's Brixton 19. So there's going to be a unique vendor ID for every single product in ClickBank, no matter who created that product. In Brad Callen's case, Brad has, what's that, about 15 products, 10, 15 products in here. So yeah, they're going to be different products for each of those. And that's how we use Link Cloaker. Any other questions from Mike just joined us. Mike, do you have any questions? Let me see. I'm going to unmute you real quick, Mike. Mike, do you have any questions for us?
No, I'm just listening. I'm kind of comfortable with this.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, hey, thanks, guys, for the call. We'll post this in the members area shortly for the people that didn't join us, and you guys have a great day. We highly recommend kind of staying with JVZoo and other vehicles that are out there to get some instant cash. But bear in mind, if you are doing something on ClickBank, we make, we have a couple products that we're being, we have a bunch of products we've been doing on ClickBank for years. We probably make somewhere between $500 and a couple $1,000s a month on those products. But just note that in the in the ClickBank scenario, you're going to have to wait 2 weeks plus for your money. There is a threshold to have money coming out of ClickBank, and then on top of which there's an automatic 2-week wait for the initial installment from ClickBank, and then they actually hold back around 20. It varies depending how long you've been with ClickBank and building up a reputation. So we've never, for all the sales that we've done on ClickBank and JVZoo for that matter, we've never had one of the people that purchased through us ever submit a refund. So therefore, we get our cash from both from ClickBank immediately in all cases, no matter what the product is, because we've never had a refund. Now, with respect to ClickBank, if you don't have a reputation with them or a history built up yet, then you are not going to get 100% of your money at the 2-week mark. You are going to get approximately 70% of your money at the 2-week mark, and a certain percentage of that is held back, and then you'll start to trickle, that money will start to trickle out to you as soon as you've gone through the refund period of those products. So that's how that works over in ClickBank. And if there is a refund that happens on your product, then they are going to deduct that from your future payments from you. So that's why there's a holdback period. Which redirect we use for JVZoo? We use the single refresh for 90% of the stuff we do, period. So that's it. Any additional questions? If not, you guys have a great day, and look forward to seeing your posts in the group as to the success you're getting, and we'll chat with you guys later. We're putting a list up later today of some of the other affiliate networks that also pay immediately, and then a list of other affiliate networks that are delayed pay, but we'll put a list of the networks that we use, and we'll also put a couple of we call Ninja approved products. One thing to look at when you're testing out affiliate products is to what products. Let me just go into this if you've got a few extra minutes. One thing to look at when you're looking at products to promote, you want to also look at the product to kind of make sure that what somebody's telling you is actually true with respect to a product. I'm going to show off this product here because this is actually funny when you start looking at the sales page. That this product, let me pause this video here real quick. This particular product had a
Welcome everyone.
fundamental flaw in their sales page. This, even though it has the name Ninja in it, it's not something we produce. But this is a WordPress plugin to quote-unquote rank websites. And what I find is funny in this particular screenshot here is they talk about, hey, with our plugin, we were able to get 51,000 visitors to our website in just 60 days. So their summation is that they installed their plugin right about here in the end of June. And you see this great spike of traffic up here. But after they had installed their plugin, from that point forward, the traffic just basically dropped off to nothing. So, you know, you have to take a look with a keen eye to the sales pages of what people are promoting out there. And while, yeah, granted, there's money to be made out there promoting this product, we, as Ninja PR Media, we will not promote this product because we have a really solid reputation with our customers and our buyers. And we can't in clear conscience promote a product that has a sales page that shows that once the plugin got installed, they had this huge spike of traffic, and then the traffic kind of, you know, tanked. Not really good endorsement for their product. So anyway, that's what one of the criteria we look at when we evaluate products that we are going to be sending out in front of our lists, in front of our customers and members. Barry just joined us. Let me see if he's got any questions. Hey, Barry, you have any questions for us?
Hey, Barry, you have any questions for us? Not yet.
Okay, we were just kind of going over the. I got a lot of feedback from you. We were just going over how to use Link Cloaker for some questions that Tim and David Driscoll had. So the stats that Link Cloaker stats are very, very simple. It basically shows you the total number of hits you had and total number of unique visitors. These are not complex stats at all. We use Get Clicky for our more complex stats. You can use Google Analytics. We choose not to use Google Analytics. For all of our internal sites, we don't use it, primarily because when we do advertising on Google, there's a slight correlation between our conversions and Google Analytics to the negative, so we just choose not to use Google Analytics. I think that fundamentally having Google show you what's happening with your traffic, track your conversions, and then you're paying Google for your ads is kind of like having the Internal Revenue Service be your banker and accountant. You know, so that's my fundamental philosophy. We've noticed over the years that clients of ours that had either really high conversion rates or really large revenue from AdWords, we started seeing that those particular niches go up dramatically in cost. I can't say specifically whether or not it was Google Analytics running the whole show, if that was an issue or not, but that's why we decided not to run Google Analytics on a lot of our internal sites. Barry asked whether or not Pretty Link would work in place of Link Cloaker. To be honest with you, we use Link Cloaker because it gives us a lot more functionality with respect to stripping out where that original traffic came from. So, as I discussed earlier in this session, we do a lot of promotion for hotels.com on our tourism and travel agency websites, and we don't want hotels.com to know where we sent the traffic from to them. So you cannot strip out the metadata from Pretty Link, and you can't strip out the metadata from the Link Cloaker. So, Pretty Link's great as a shortener, but it's not great as a affiliate cloaking device, if you will. So that's why we use that's why we use Link Cloaker. We were using the 5-second redirect, and we still use that periodically. This just does a better job overall, so that's why we use this. All right, if there's no additional questions, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.